Hello and welcome to another episode of Pollinate. I have my very good friend here, Jonathan Clark. Jonathan gave us a great explanation around noise cancellation on the last episode, but unfortunately we ran out of time, and Jonathan did say that you wanted to talk about active noise cancellation, right? So we are going to spend this week's episode, or this particular episode, talking a bit more about ANC, because the subject around noise cancellation and the audio technologies that HP Poly put into their devices is crazy. People love it, right? And in today's day and age, we need this type of technology, and there's so many different elements that come part of it. We spoke about what we spoke about in the last episode, and then we've got ANC in this episode. What are the differences, Jonathan?
Yes, thank you very much. So here I am again. I'll try and take a deep breath. Yeah, so I think we covered acoustic fence and our microphone booms last session. But again, it's all about that technology for the wearer, keeping them focused and not being distracted by whatever's going on around them. So obviously we're providing, making sure that noise doesn't transmit to you at the far end, but it's for that poor person in that environment, and they've got to compete. And the research from, I can't remember which university it is, but it takes you, if you are in zone and you're on focus and you get disturbed for whatever reason that may be, it takes you on average about 20 minutes to refocus. So how can we stop those distractions happening? So and that's where noise cancellation for the wearer comes in with, here we go, active noise cancelling. So there we've got we talked about passive noise cancelling, which is effectively padding or covering your ears. Active noise cancelling is taking that to the next level, and then and that's basically having additional microphones. So we talked about additional microphones for the acoustic fence. We could also have additional microphones that listen to the surroundings around you, and then they send little signals based on that frequency and that noise that they're hearing in that particular frequency to cancel it out. So that's active noise cancelling. And again, depending on your environment, and that's where we come in. So, in our first iteration of active noise cancelling, you've got an on-off button. So it's a switch on your headset. So the Savvy 8220s that have got the active noise cancelling, it's a thing you turn on and off. And that's basically using a bit of that technology. So using those microphones to listen to your surroundings, and then send that, I suppose it's an anti-noise, so it's listen to that frequency, whether that's air conditioning, whether that's, you're aware of this on flights. So when you've got that general hum of an aeroplane, where you send something that's noise cancelling to reduce that and remove that from the call. So, and that's that anti-noise generation. And then we play that back with the audio that you're listening to, whether that's music, whether that's a call, and that gives you that optional noise experience. So that's our first level. We then brought out hybrid active noise cancelling, which was the next iteration, and this is in our 8225, our black wires. Again, we talked about the different wearing styles and the different connectivity options. We have this on our Voyager Focus 2 and also on the Savvy, the Blackwire 8225, and this is using, guess what? It's using more microphones to give you a better experience of what's happening both within your ear, which we call feed forward, and feed backward, which is microphones on the exterior of your ear cups, and that's listening for wider frequencies. And again, you can turn that on and off. You have 3 levels of active noise cancelling when it's hybrid, so you can have it. And again, depending on your environment, like me today, I probably don't need it on, so I wouldn't have it on. If I'm using a Bluetooth or a wireless device, that will save my battery, because obviously it uses up some of your battery. If you're in a noisier environment, you can turn it up to level 1. If you're in a really noisy environment, you can put it up to level 2. And what that also does, it plays a little bit of your voice back as well. So what we call side tone. Again, putting noise cancelling on or putting some ear defenders on, you can't hear your voice a lot of the time. So what do? You shout louder, which is probably not going to be, it's going to be a bit counterproductive for everybody else around you, that you don't want to increase that noise by shouting. You also want to save your voice so you can talk all day. So basically you just get a little bit of what we call side tone, so you hear your voice back, so you can whisper. Because the microphone is close to your voice, you've got the noise cancelling of the active noise cancelling, so you have all those benefits that can come. So we have the hybrid active noise cancelling in the Voyager Focus 2 and the Blackwire 8225. Basically, a bit more technology to improve that experience for you, the wearer, and then the next level, which is the latest iteration, which is been on our the 360s, and also the latest and greatest, the Surround 80s and the 85s. This is adaptive hybrid active noise cancelling, and this is basically, rather than having switches that you do from a personal choice that you turn on and off, or level 1, 2, and 3, this listens to the surroundings and makes that decision for you based on your surroundings, so you don't have to do anything. If you're in an environment where there's no noise, it'll be low down, so there won't be any of that. There won't be much active noise cancelling. Again, as the louder the noise gets, it automatically makes that decision for you, and that's with the adaptive noise cancelling. So it's using those multiple microphones, but it's a bit more of an automated experience. Now
I
today,
think
go on. Yes, say.
I was going to say,
Sorry.
sorry, Jonathan, I was going to say, this one, the adaptive version, honestly takes a little getting used to. Because usually most of us are used to it either being switched on or being switched off, right? One or the other. And it was weird because I used to use a competitive pair of headphones before I joined HP Poly, and they were pretty good ANC. I'm not gonna lie, active noise cancellation, really good foam tips and stuff. But man, after about 3-4 hours, my ears used to ache. And they're in-ear ones, right? They really used to ache. And then, when I joined HP Poly, I was in London, walking down Oxford Street, a really busy place, and I thought, right, let me try the Voyager 360s. And first thing that I found was the comfort. The comfort was amazing. I could wear them all day. It didn't ache. It didn't hurt. They were really light. At times, I had to keep touching my ear to make sure that they were still there. But weirdly, when I was walking in the street, I couldn't hear anything. I couldn't hear the traffic. I couldn't hear the footsteps and the people chatting away and things like that. And I pulled one off and I was like, okay, well, I can hear it. And then when I got down to the underground tube station, all of a sudden it goes a little higher and then you can't hear the tubes. And when I was in a bit more of a quieter environment, or when I got home actually, and the babies, were just cooing, not
Noisy.
crying, but cooing,
Yeah.
it kind of was like giving me enough so that I could hear what was going on, because you had the option of choosing speech or environment, right?
They're tweaking a bit. They've tweaked that a bit in the latest software iteration to reduce some of the complexity. Yeah, so we've just turned it on, so you have adaptive, you have normal, and then you have it off. So we've simplified that on the 360s in the latest version of software. But you can go into the Lens app if you want to as well, and go into a bit more detail if you want to do speech or your surroundings in your area, because I think that was there's too many levels there, so we stripped it back a little bit in the latest software.
In a way, actually, I love it, right? Like I said, it does take a little getting used to, because we're used to it being on or off. But actually, this is more of I was going to say set it and forget it. It's not. It's a put it on and forget it. It just does it for you, and it just adapts to the environment around you. But the good thing is like when I'm at the airport, I switch the adaptive ANC to speech. So when the tannoys come on and then they're calling out the
You're
gates,
not going to miss your flight. Yeah.
Right? And it's crazy because sometimes I feel like I'm James Bond or someone in MI6, because you can overhear people's conversations at times when you've got speech that's sensitive. It's
especially
amazing.
with these ones on as well. Yeah. Because it's really.
There you go. So any of you guys that are budding spies, you want to get a pair of them, right? Because you can just hear people, a good few feet away.
Yeah. So as you say, the control, you can, it is adaptive, but you can switch it and turn it off with the app that you get for both for the Surround 80s and also the 360s. Obviously, you get the additional case control as well with the 360s as well. So you do have that control at your fingertips, as well as leaving the technology to do its thing with them as well. So I think that covers the different types of ANC. So we have passive ANC, which is basically padding, leatherette earphones of ears, and then we have the different variants of active noise cancelling from the first iterations in the Savvy H220 through to the hybrid ANC with the Focus 2s and the Blackwire H225s, and then the latest to greatest, the adaptive hybrid active noise cancelling in the 360s and the Surround 80 and 85s. And all that content, all this presentation is on the Polypartner portal. As you would expect, Mo, and also the info, ppp.com, and it will also, the information on the Poly website as well if you need any more information. So all
Amazing.
jolly nice.
I love it. I love it. You know, super great technique. Any final little tips or anything else you'd like to share with us before we wrap up this session?
No, I think we've covered the microphone boom for people
Yeah.
at the far end, and then
Yeah.
we've covered the noise cancelling for the wearer of the headset. So who benefits from some of these technologies to try and uncover some of that info. So like, subscribe, and comment down below. Let's pollinate, keep the information flow.
I love it. I love it. Jonathan, thank you so much. Love that last little poem you did there as well. As always, guys, like, subscribe, and comment down below. Make sure you do. And no doubt we shall see you again for another episode of Pollinate. Again, thank you so much, Jonathan, for blessing us on stage to give us your words of wisdom. No doubt we will have you again on some future episodes to go into a bit more detail. Of course, viewers, guys, if you have any questions, if you want to learn more about any particular subject, please do use the comments below. Jonathan will also be there. So if you've got any questions, we'll be more than happy to try and answer. But with that in mind, I would just like to say thank you so much to Jonathan. Thank you so much to the viewers. And no doubt we shall see you the next time. Take care all. Bye.
Bye.